Okay, hello and welcome to. Hold on a minute, we can't. Oh, there we go. Yep. Welcome to this flight from Halifax to Ottawa. It's going to be an interesting one because Navigraphs charts are down. So I'm going to be flying this. That's just as well doing it offline. I'm going to be flying this completely without Navigraphs charts. So we're probably going to get hopelessly mixed up at some point, but we'll try and improvise and see how we get on. Right, let's get first thing I want to set up is the payload and fuel. So we're going to be needing, I just need to jump across the Simbury for a minute. 4,208 and 65. Yeah, that will do. There we go. And now we'll get to the checklists. Nose wheel steering off. Hydraulic pumps off. Landing gear. Always makes me laugh. Landing gear down. Yeah, I think you'd notice if it wasn't. They probably mean check 3 green lights are on. Let's see. APU. Here's those. That. I see the APU starting up here. Flight time today, it's a fairly short one, region of about one and a half hours. Alright. It's good. IRS to AHRS. IRS to nav. AHRS is oh no, that's always the one I can never find. If someone knows where the AHRS is on this plane, I'd love to know, because I remember one time spending absolutely hours trying to figure out what the hell it is, and actually never succeeding. Emergency equipment checked, gears safety pin on board, hydraulic 3A is to be switched on. FMS initialization. So we come up to the position in it. Alright. Check, complete, check, we've got to check, ELT arm reset, that I do know where it is, it's up there. Cabin press, air conditioning panel checked, ice complete, windshield low. Emergency lights armed. I wasn't actually going to stream this flight, but then I've changed some settings in Streamlabs because I wasn't overly happy with the quality last night. So the multi-flight is a little bit grainy in some points, I noticed. So hopefully this will improve it. So consider this more of a test stream, really. I've nailed down the video quality, it seems, but the streaming's still a little bit not where I want it to be. So emergency lights arm, did I set those? Yeah, they're set. Samba compass check. Okay, nose wheel steering already set off. Clock set. Here's some power check, complete. Check. Your dampening gauge. There we go. Saucer panel pedestal. Passenger signs on, landing elevation set. Now, see, the trouble is about my charts. I don't know what the landing elevation should be, which is a bit of a pain. Let me just double check they're still not functioning. Open chart list. No, this airport's no chart, so it definitely does have charts because it's Ottawa. I like to think Ottawa has charts. So yeah, I don't know what's up with Navigraph this morning. So I mean, I could look it up on Google what the elevation of Ottawa is, but we'll just leave things as they are. Okay. Off, check, board, check, beacon light on. And what I've got to do now is... hold on a minute, did I miss the FMC set? Oh yeah, there we go. So right, now I've got to program the FMC, which is going to be interesting because I don't have charts. So, let's jump across Simbury for a minute. So CYHZ, CYHZ, and we're going from CYHZ. We're off to CYOW, so we're off to Ottawa, Canadian capital. Damn it. Okay, let's do the performance initialization first. So I'll come down to here a second. Payload and fuel. I want to do that. Check this. I haven't done the. I've forgotten to do the GSX stuff, but never mind. We'll push ourselves back manually. 38,000. I think that's a bit optimistic for a CRJ. Gee, 38. I'll tell you what. I'll put 38,000 in, but I'll be amazed if I get up to. Hold on. I always forget that of this plane. I will be amazed if I get up to that altitude, because this thing is notorious for climbing. Okay, flight plan. So we are departing out from runway 32. There's only one SID, but sod it. We're just going to fly direct to our next waypoint. So Kelno. We'll probably just use directs. We won't use SIDs or stars at all. It's probably the best way we're going to get through it. Q806. MLT. No, it did tell me to go direct for the departure one anyway. Direct to Durdo. Durdo, then direct to some unpronounceable waypoint. Dazug. Daxug. We'll say Daxug. Mutib. You know, I would really be nice if there was like a waypoint in Canada called, I don't know, hockey or something. That'd be funny and rather appropriate. Nah, that probably is. Who knows? Because obviously some of the American airports I know have sort of relevant names where they are, like all the Mickey Mouse stuff around Orlando and Looney Tunes and all that. Okay, we actually got River 4 as our arrival, so I'll tell you what, we're just going to execute that. We're going to do the arrival. Now we're arriving on ILS 32. Does it give me a River 4 as an arrival? It does. However, I don't know what the transition is. Although we're coming from Villeroy, so if we put Villeroy as a transition, we can soon fix it in the route plan. Right. So I think the trick now. Bear with me a minute. So the trick now is going to be to change that format to the plan view. Should remember how to do it on this. Oh yeah, over here. Oops. Okay. And we'll just step through it and see what it looks. See what complete mess it looks like at the end. So there's Velo, top of the set. Oops. Okay. Yeah. So what I need to do is I need to clear. Hold on. If I take that, execute. So that kind of almost works. Watu Tibble vectors taken. Okay, yeah, we can work with that. We can live with that. That's fine. There we go. I'll switch that back to. Oops. That'd be annoying. That one. So yeah, the next challenge is going to be figure out where the runway is. Okay, so we've got the flight plan in. I do believe everything's in. It needs to be in. Passenger signs on. Yeah, passenger set beacon on. So we're pushing back shortly. Fuel pumps on. Hydraulic pumps can now be turned on. Yep. Parking brake, engine start. Okay, so we have somehow got to find our way to runway we're taking off from. 6 and 30. Huh. 33. Or maybe that is our runway. All the way along the end there. Yeah, it must be all the way over there. Okay, okay. This won't be so bad after all. Right. Parking brake off, push back and start. Okay, pushing back now. We can start engines. Okay. Now we have a new problem. Ah, there we go. No. Fuck. Ah, shit. We got throttle problems here. I tell you, this is really proving to be one hell of a problematic morning. Just remind me why I absolutely hate this bloody plane. Right. Let's put a parking brake. Are these throttles in a... Right. Throttles are now off. Engine to start. Throttle on. Jeez. Okay, we're good. For some reason the throttles were on. Not sure why. But we've resolved it. Good old Eris. I love this plane. It's my favourite plane. Okay, so that's starting up nicely. What's next? Engine start, field feed test check complete. Gen 1, Gen 2 can come on to auto. Bleed valves and packs. Packs on. Yeah. APU as required. Turn that off. Anti-ISIS required. Probes on. Electrics, rudder, nose, wheel, steering, armed. Zaps and flaps. And also we need just to set the trim settings. Interesting. And of course, as always happens to me when I'm about to take off, someone starts messaging me every time. It's incredible. It's just yeah, nav lights come on. Okay. Yeah, resting. Transponder TCAS. That's, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Backing brakes, disengage. Ah, oh, great. I tell you what, I really want to scream this morning. Right, now my wife wants to chat on Messenger, which is absolutely epic. Thank you very much. Your timing. So we need to very quickly.
Approaching 2, 4.
Can we get up to the runway that way? I think we can. Hopefully.
On runway 2.
Rather
4.
unorthodox taxiing route and style as usual. Alright, so we want nav, altitude 38,000. I can't remember if I set the flaps or not. Yeah, it did. Didn't set the V speeds.
Approaching. 3, 3. On runway. 3, 3.
Okay, we're back. So, we're just struggling through 35,000 feet. So as you can see, this plane really does. 38,000 feet is the highest I've ever had to take the CRJ. Top of descent is just there. I'm surprised. Okay, we're nearly up to our cruising altitude here. We need by Texan 2700. It's a Texan then, is it? Yeah. There we go, we are amazingly at 38,000 feet. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to go on maps to look up the ILS frequency of my arrival, because without my charts I don't know what the ILS frequency is. Let's have a look whether we can expect in Ottawa. So it's 180 at 4 knots, visibility 10, it's good. A bit chilly, not a bad day on the whole. We've got a bit of a headwind we're contesting with. Come on, Navigraph. Start working. When it's going to get fixed. Totally broken. Actually, I just had a thought. I wonder if Navigraph charts on my phone works. That's weird. So the interesting thing is, I can get the charts on my phone, just not on the computer. That's really bizarre. So the good news about that is, the elevation 377. Oh, this frequency of 110.3. Just put landing elevation. There we go. Yeah, I just realised for this stream actually that I've forgotten to, I don't know if I can do it on the fly. Quick look, let's see. So I need to see what H said. Okay, if that will fix it. Hopefully. Oh, there we go. It's always something you forget. So yeah, pretty overcast day across Canada here. This northern part. Ooh, watch my speed. Why has it crept up so high? I'm impressed we actually managed to get this thing up to 38,000 feet. I guess they must have fixed the performance in it, because I remember previously when it first came out you really struggled to get it much above 30,000 feet, never mind anything else. So it's a shame we're battling this headwind. At least it's not as strong as it could otherwise be. So this will be my first visit into Ottawa on simulator. That'll then mean I've been to pretty much every major Canadian airport except for Calgary. So I've done Vancouver, I've done Toronto, I've done Montreal, I've now done Ottawa. There was any Vancouver, obviously. If there's any other major Canadian airports, you could argue Halifax, that had a fair few destinations. Oh, Edmonton I've been to as well. Winnipeg. Is there an airport, Winnipeg? Imagine there is. Would it class as a major one? I don't know. But yeah, how far are we from top of descent? Must be coming up soon. Let's see if Navigraph charts are still offline. Open chart list, no, it's still by. Close it and open it again. Yeah, as I say, Navigraph charts work on my mobile, but just not on. That's weird. On my main computer. Oh. Ah, there we go. Charts are back. All right. There we go. Oh dear. So watch out for the overspeed again. Okay, so Navigraph seems to have sorted itself out. The charts are working again now. That's good news. As I'll be doing some more flying later. I haven't decided which flights I'm going to do later. Streams. Possibly Budapest down to Alicante. Is probably... really, throttle's really playing up at the moment. Yeah, we might do Budapest down to Alicante. have to see. Or we could do Cologne across to Heathrow. Decisions. Decisions. Ryanair, obviously last night flew Poznan down to Malta. I've now got to pretty much fly all the way back past Poznan though and up to Vilnius. Vilnius is in Lithuania. Yes, that's going to be another long one. I won't do that today as I only did Ryanair yesterday. So yeah, we'll probably do Budapest to Alicante. That's going to be quite a reasonably long flight. Best part of 3 hours. I've done it a few times, so it's going to be a fairly longish flight. I don't know why I can't see the top percent on here anyway. Oh, I think it's just here. It's coming into view now. So if I look at main Navigraph. Okay, so we are now over the States by looks of things. Just passing some unpronounceable places. Shame you can't see through all the cloud. We've got Moosehead Lake ahead of us. And then we'll come down through, pass through Montreal, Quebec, and then down into Ottawa. Which Ottawa is in Canadian provinces, Ontario, isn't it? Is Ottawa Ontario? I'm trying to think. I'm making a complete idiot of myself. Let's Google it. Ottawa. Pretty sure it's in Ontario. Yes, there we go. Okay, top of descent is yeah, not too far away now. Still battling that headwind. Bit of weather update for Ottawa. So the wind's coming at 180, only 4 knots, so because it's only 4 knots we're still going to stick to landing on runway 32, even though we're essentially going to have a tailwind. It's what I was given by Sim Toolkit. Sim Toolkit, I can't think if I've mentioned that before on one of my videos, because I was to get the runways, active runways, I was using something called simstatus.com. That, however, is no more. So now I'm using something else. In fact, yeah, I think I have mentioned it before, but I'll mention it again anyway. Which Sim Toolkit Pro. So you can import flight plans in there, and it will give you runways, and there's a whole load of other functionality on there which I haven't really explored, but I'm using it primarily just to get the runways. So yeah, very useful little program, and at least basic stuff is free. Probably if you want to do more, I don't know if there is a paid bit on it, but yeah, it's certainly finding it very useful. I can't believe the the weather. This is funny enough, actually, when I flew to Canada for real, when I went to Vancouver, and I passed sort of, I was further up than Ottawa and Montreal and everything, but it was like this, and I didn't get to see a lot. It was amazing, pretty much cloud all the way from, well, the UK, I mean, well, Iceland really. I didn't see any of Iceland, I didn't see any of Greenland. It was all under cloud, pretty much the entire way. It only started breaking up as we got into Vancouver, so massive weather system. And yeah, it does seem to like to be cloudy up this part of the world a lot, because here we are once again not being able to see much, which is a shame. I did get some glimpses through as I passed through Canada's far north across the Hudson Bay, and so I did get some glimpses of sort of the tundra beneath it. Looked really nice. Cold though. Goes without saying, it's an absolutely fantastic country to go and visit, whether you like hockey or not. Helps if you do, obviously, like I do. But even if you don't, it's still it's still fantastic. Amazing scenery, yeah, good food, really nice people. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. There you go, top travel tip. If you're looking somewhere to go on holiday and you've got a bit of cash kicking about, then head on over to Canada. If I could have changed one thing, probably the time of year I went, because the trouble is I went in November, and obviously the weather's not going to be so great. But it's sort of in the transition between two seasons. So all the stuff you can do in the summer, that's sort of shutting down. And they're busy setting up all the stuff that you can do in the winters. I went up to Whistler, where the ski resort is, hoping I could get up into the mountains. But unfortunately, all the gondolas were closed. So I just hiked around the valley floor for the day. But yeah, if I could have changed one thing, I'd have probably gone in I don't know, February or something. December or January, or I don't know, but just not November. Because it rained a lot. Boy, does it rain a lot in Vancouver. Oh, hello. What's happened there? Oh, the cloud suddenly disappeared. Look at that. You can see looking very nice and wintry down there. And now the clouds are going to magically reappear again. A little glitch in the does that sometimes. Okay, we're just over 80 nautical miles from top of the descent, so it won't be too long till we begin our descent. The headwind has strengthened a little bit. Yeah, I must admit, I'm actually warming to this plane, believe it or not. As I say every time, if it had auto throttle, I'd absolutely love it. I'd still take the 717, which I've got to fly from Southwest Florida up to Atlanta at some point for my next Delta flight. That'd be in a 717. So I need to refresh my memory for that as well, as I haven't flown that in a while either. Heading back round to there. I should put some live ATC on because it's just so quiet. See if we can get anything for Ottawa, shall we? North America, Canada, Winnipeg. What's Ottawa's airport called? Oh, here we are. This one do. Although there's not going to be much ATC, is there? Because it's, how many hours is Ottawa behind? I think it's 6 or 7, so it's only going to be about 4 in the morning there. So, yeah, I think actually we won't bother because of the time of day. I mean, I could put some European on for. I'll leave it. I think I'll leave it. It would sound a bit weird hearing Zurich radar or something over Canada. Actually, I should learn how to do VATSIM for North American flights. Although some of the procedures and stuff do differ a bit from Europe. I may take the plunge at some point and try out doing VetSim in America. 132 landing VREF. As we approach our top of descent before we arrive into Ottawa. Be interesting to see where we get vectored next. Sorry, rostered next, not vectored. It's literally been overcast all the way. Fabulous. Okay, we can begin our descent momentarily. And it's a good job I got my charts back, because now I can see the altitude we intercept Glasgow back. It's 2,700. So begin our descent now. There we go. Get one last weather check. Yeah, the winds have eased up even more now. It's overcast at 1500 feet though, unfortunately. QNH is 1006. Put icing systems on. Did I forget to do my usual trick and forget to turn the seatbelts off? I think I did, didn't I? Yeah, I'll leave them on now. The amount of times I've done that, it's getting ridiculous now. See, I forget to set my virtual airline sort of flight tracker thing so it doesn't record the flight like I did EasyJet the other day. Or it's forget to turn the seatbelts off, forget to turn some lights off, forget to set the flight data overlay at the top of the stream, which I did for this flight as well. One day I'll get it alright. Oh no, that's 28,000. I thought it was 2,800 for a minute. I needed to be there. It's like, what? I don't think I'm going to be making that rate of descent. Can afford to put a little bit more power in. There we go. APU SOV open. Huh? Really? Yeah, I don't know. Let's press this over here. Power view. Oh, maybe it says I need to turn the APU generator off. I don't know. Weird. Rate of descent 160. quite a slow rate of descent, isn't it? Okay, we'll set local QNH now. Which I believe was that's 6. There we go. And let's just get some more information. Our decision height is going to be 200. There we go. Rate of descent, 1200 feet. See that. Speed is good. Local QNH on. So one thing I need to arm is the thrust reversers. Should have done that on takeoff actually, but I forgot. Sure what half these switches do, you know. Okay, they're self-explanatory. Oh look, I didn't even turn the weather radar on either. How not to fly a plane. Yeah, if you're looking for CRJ tutorials about how to fly this plane properly, you probably don't want to watch this. It's alright, I know what I'm doing. Skycam. How does it actually work? Oh, look at that. That's cool. Lets you see in the galley. Course 320. Ease back the power a bit. Speed should be 250 knots. Seatbelts are on, because I never turn them off. So we descend through 14,000 feet now. And down into the clouds. Got his slow descents. I've been descending for how long? It's probably, to be honest, it's probably the speed I could have descended a lot quicker than I have, because I've pretty much done it all the way at 250, whereas in reality I could have probably done it a lot quicker, so it's really my own doing rather than it just being the aircraft. So I've only got myself to blame on that one, to be honest. So yeah, I'm going to be back later on X-Plane for Budapest to Alicante. I don't know what time yet. Want to go off, watch some hockey, have some lunch, take the dog out for a walk. But I will be back later, early afternoon at some point. Let's see what's the time now, 11, 12, 1, 2, probably around about between 2 and 3 Zulu time, 1300, 1400 Zulu time, as and when I can, really. Speed's getting away a little bit. We stop descending. And there we go. Okay, let's get lights on. So we're passing 10,000 feet shortly. I think that's everything we need. Hey, wait a minute. Aren't these emergency lights supposed... Oh no, they're supposed to be armed, aren't they? Yeah. Oh, speed's creeping up again. Speed. Probably come down to about 220 now. This is 230. 2,700 is the intercept altitude. We will have to vector ourselves across to the Texan initial approach fix. But first we fly this little dog leg. In reality ATC might give you a straight approach there, but we're obviously flying this offline, so I'll just follow the star. Speed's not getting down. Rate of descent 1000. There we go. Because speed really fluctuates all over the place on this thing. We've already set local QNH. I think we vacate to the right on landing. Let me just check that. Landing 32, yeah, we'll vacate to the right. VREF is 132. Look at the way the speed's jumping around there. It's really hard to keep the speed steady on this thing. It does sort of lurch up and down a bit. Probably want to go flaps 1 in a minute. Flaps 5, whatever they call it on this thing. Oh no, it's flaps 1, flaps 8, 20. We'll land up on flaps 30. So we need to go flaps 45. Speed just really lurches all over the place. Oh my, jeez. Okay, it's probably. Oh, hello. What's happening to speed here? Holy crap! Just lost, just like that. Just lost 20 knots of. Oh, we're going to stall this thing in a minute. I can tell you what. Let's get the flaps 1 out. And it really, the speed really ran away from me there. I've got the icing systems on, so it's not icing or anything. Oh, now we're nearly overspeeding. Look at that. See, this throttle control on this plane is an absolute nightmare. As I say, I don't know if it's because of my flight stick. I pulled the throttles right back, but look, the speed's just not bleeding off. And yeah, now we're hitting the overspeed, and now it's just going to slam the other way in a minute. I'm really going to have to manage things carefully here, because otherwise we're going to... Yeah, there we go. Now we just dived the other way, just like that. And heading on is now we want to turn sharply. We want to do a whole load of things now. Nav source, we want that. Really got to keep the speed under control here. Up. And we'll need to arm the approach mode in a minute. Whoa! Oh, I think I know why it's sliding like that, because I haven't changed the active sky settings. I forgot that. That's why it's playing around in the turns. If you have, see what the plane's doing here, the way it's sliding. If you have enhanced turbulence set in your active sky settings, it will do this. It's a little bug it doesn't like, and I forgot I last flew the 777, didn't change the active sky settings back. We're climbing now for some bizarre reason. So yeah, that's why that's happening. Let's arm the approach. Speed is dropping right off. Yeah, and it just power slides around like that. It's a complete bug, and there's not a great deal I can do about it without turning active sky off and resetting it. That's probably why my throttle's playing up as it is as well. So this is going to make life interesting. But that's why, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in the past before, when you set up, you've got to set up active sky profiles. You're going to have one, I have to have one for the FS Labs, because if I have the same as a PMDG, it doesn't like it very much. And then we have the other one for, so the FS Labs thing has the enhanced turbulence disabled. Okay, we're now picking up. Let's slow down to our... Oh no, we don't need to slow down just yet. Tell you what, we can go flaps 2 in a minute. Or flaps 8 rather, sorry. And there we are, it's going to power slide round on me again in a minute probably. 134 is the approach speed. See, the speed just... Oh, there we go! Whee! Look at that, and that... Whoa, 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 what the hell? Jesus. Yeah, this is active sky playing up. So yeah, life's gonna get interesting for this landing. We're gonna have our hands full here, that's for sure. Doesn't help that the weather's absolutely pants. So I've really got to... Jeez, the throttles are going all over the place again. Look, what? There's just nothing I can do about this. We're now nosediving into the ground. I'm going to try and just... I tell you, we're going to try and get beneath the cloud and then just kill the autopilot, because otherwise that is going to give me a lot of problems. I tell you, if I manage to land this plane, it will be an absolute something of a miracle. Well, we're lucky we didn't stall and crash it, basically. And that will be a lesson learned to remember to set up Active Sky properly next time. Okay, we're losing too much speed now. Hopefully we'll drop out this cloud in a minute. I think it said, what was it, 1,500? The there we go. Phew. Oh, hello. Where are we going now? You know what? Go away, autopilot. I'll land this thing myself. Trim it down. I don't know why it just suddenly pitched up like that. Good old Active Sky. That's what the problem is. That's why it's behaving as erratically as it is. No pappies. We always love that. Why? Why no pappies? Come on. There's no ILS diamond for me to see what... so I'm basically just doing this off the top of my head.
Approaching. 3, 2.
So there we are. This turned out to be quite an eventful flight, didn't it? I think we're a little bit high. No, I think we're good. Kill that through here. We are a little bit high. No, 500. No, that's good. We're good. We're on point.
400.
Ready to descend. There we go.
300.
Perhaps a little bit high.
200. Minimums.
Yeah, we're too high.
100. Sink rate. 50. 40. 30.
Now we're floating it.
20. 10.
Long landing. Long landing.
Yeah, that wasn't the best. Let's see what the landing rate was actually on that. No, we're not going to make that turn off. We'll have to take the next one.
1,200 meters remaining.
Oh, minus 167. Okay, that's not bad.
900 meters remaining.
So we'll vacate on the next taxiway here and then just try and park ourselves up, and we'll have a look at the landing replay.
600 meters remaining.
So yeah, Active Sky really killed us there, didn't it? Nearly, literally. Let's see where are all the gates here. They must be back down that way. Oh, jeez. Probably help if I get the map up, won't it? Map, where are we? Oh yeah. Okay, stow the flaps. Throw the passengers halfway across the plane with that sharp turn at speed. And yeah, the terminal's that speck on the horizon all the way down there. I mean, we could just park at one of these remote gates if we really wanted to, but no, we'll take it down to the terminal. Go and have a look at Ottawa's airport. So yeah, I must remember to set active sky up properly next time.
On taxiway.
Ah, gee, thank you. I would never have figured that out otherwise if she hadn't said that. On taxiway. Thanks. It's probably because I'm going too fast. Ooh, stow the spoilers. Okay, so we'll take one of these gates here, and then yeah, we'll have a look at the landing. So as I said earlier, I'll be back later on this afternoon. Ooh, slow down now. I'll be back later on. more expert taxiing for me. I'll be back later on this afternoon with more entertaining taxiing, as we will be on X-plane going from Budapest down to Alicante in the flight factor A320. Not 100% sure what time that will be. Probably early to mid-afternoon UK time, so what's that about? Around about 1400 Zulu time. That's about 3-hour flight. So feel free to come along and join the fun there. Okay, that's finished giving my passengers whiplash. Let's pull the parking brake on, shut the engines off. Complete that. Right, and then just to get the replay to work properly, we just have to come to here, across states. There we go. Put the put the flaps back out. Actually, I'm just trying to remember, what flaps did I land on? I have a feeling I did land on full flaps in the end. So look, those lights are all on, strobes on. Yeah, it's all good. Okay, let's check that replay out. Playback window.
On runway. 3, 2, 400 meters remaining.
Oops, let's go nearest tower. And here we are. Good old laggy chase plane replays. Gotta love them. Only certain views seem to be though. Other views, yeah. See, we're yeah. That's messy. Well, there we touched down nicely in the end, but that initial approach should have been a lot better. It didn't help. Didn't help not having the pappies. But all the same, I still should have done a little bit better of that, perhaps. Let's get a lock spot. Oops. Let's get a view from here.
3, 2.
So yeah, too high was our problem there. Does look like we've gone for full flaps in the end as well, doesn't it? That probably doesn't help. Fortunately, we flare. Oh, I tell you, we could have actually probably flared a little bit later. And then yeah, we did do quite the long landing there. Okay, so to finish off, we'll just have a quick wing view. So that brings us to the end of this flight. As always, I realise you had a choice of flights. Thank you very much for choosing this one. I wish you a pleasant onward browsing journey. And I hope to welcome you back on board again in the very near future. So from here in a very overcast but beautiful wintry looking, I keep wanting to say Montreal, we're not anywhere near Montreal, we're in Ottawa. That is, oh, I'll leave you rather with this wing view landing. Till next time. Okay, that's it from me. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again.